I've been waiting for. Did you see my post on the SSS? I think I've finally found a surefire way to lure out the Lord of the Tar Lake. The end of my long crusade is in sight. Won't be able to step away till it's done. So if you come knocking, I might not be in a position to answer. Apologies if so. The reckoning is fast approaching, but I'm afraid I still don't have what it takes to kill the Lord myself. For that, I'll need to enlist your help. So, please pick up the sub-order I've filed on my delivery terminal.
Hey Sam, it's the fisherman. I appreciate... Without further ado, I'll lay it all out for you in detail. The Lord of the Tar Lake seems to have a habit of preying on a particular type of large BT. So, to bait the proverbial hook, we'll need to serve the bastard up its favorite food. The BT I posted about on the SSS is located here. You should find it inside the weapons factory. Now, the first order of business will be to defeat this bugger by shoving an EX capture grenade right down its gullet. Do that, and you'll be able to harvest the BT crystal from its corpse. As for Phase 2, you'll want to head to this point on the Tar Lake. Then, use the BT crystal to summon your old mate from the weapons factory to use as bait. If our plan works, the Lord will come running to grab its next meal. Then it's up to you to kill it, once and for all. This is one hell of a powerful foe, but I have faith you've got what it takes. Well, that's that. So settle on a route and get your kit in order before heading out.
First order of business is to obtain a BT crystal from a suitable large BT. So, let's make our way to the weapons factory. Place. Keep your eyes peeled. that? Sam, it's coming. Is that the Lord of the Tar Lake? It's even bigger than I expected. Congratulations, you've beaten the Lord of the Tar Lake. You are truly a force to be reckoned with. Anyway, we should report back to the fishermen.
That's good. Just a bit further.
Well, Sam? Is the bastard dead? Shit, I gotta see your combat log. A brilliant showing. Can't believe you had that in you. Against the Lord, no less. Sam, you've saved countless lives through your efforts, mine included. Take this as a token of my thanks. I insist. Got enough materials on hand? I'll raise your allocation again, no worries.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
The Lord's song won't be haunting me anymore. Felt like it was drowning out the voices of my mates. But now, I can hear them clearly, saying that they'll be able to rest easy now. You gave them peace, Sam. I can never thank you enough. Keep at it. I'm rooting for you.
Order completed. Well done.
Heading out already, Sam? Can I sleep in a little longer? I suppose not, huh? About that ghost mech we saw carrying what appeared to be a coffin on its back. I wonder if that coffin was somehow connected to the beach. I distinctly felt the presence of the dead from within its armor. If you could deal a blow powerful enough to bypass its defenses, it might be enough to stop it in its tracks. Failing that, you could always concentrate your attacks on a single location on its body.
Feels good.
Sam. Really glad you could make it. Now, your next main order is ready and waiting. But I should mention there are some special considerations. For one, the cargo container will start leaking toxic gas if it's damaged. This run is going to involve a hard trek up some snowy mountains, too. So make sure you're well and truly prepared before heading out. Now, the adventurer you're delivering to travels the continent to try and solve the mysteries of the Death Stranding. You gotta respect a man putting in that much work. The cargo you'll be taking him is related to his latest investigations, or so I hear. I'd appreciate it if you helped out, not just with this order, but any future ones as well. Don't let us down, Sam.
This cargo has been designated hazardous. The container encasing the cargo may release noxious gases if damaged significantly.
Order accepted. Thank you. Please take care of yourself, Sam. That's the spirit.
Do you have a moment, Sam? I was wondering if you'd noticed Heartman doing anything strange lately. Sending odd mails, sleepwalking. You know I'm not the kind of person who enjoys spying on her colleagues. But when I finally decided to check the surveillance cameras, there he was, wandering around at night. If you see anything out of the ordinary, don't hesitate to contact me.
create delivery route.
place, huh?
Drawbridge credentials verified. Focus in.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal.
Hello, and thank you for stopping by. You've brought something for my father, right? Sorry, I'm afraid he's not here at the moment. Can't say I know what value this cargo has, but I can assess its condition in his absence. This is in perfect condition. The old man will be singing your praises.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Thanks again for the delivery. You came to connect us to the chiral network too, am I right? Sorry, but I'm not allowed to make that decision by myself. And right now, there's no telling when my father's going to get back. He was coming home from a long trip up north and got as far as the snowy mountains nearby, but then we lost contact. I was actually hoping someone could search for him and posted a main order. I'm certain he's still alive, and since no one else has taken on the order as of yet, I hope you'll at least consider it.
Order completed.
Sounds like we've got an emergency on our hands. You can accept the order by accessing this delivery terminal, Sam.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
So the adventurer was in this area when he last made contact with his son. See any sign of him, Sam? What do we have here, Sam? What a relief. He's still breathing. You can put him in a protective bag and carry him home. You know, he looks familiar somehow. Didn't we save this man once before? Right then. Let's hurry and take him to his shelter.
the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
Oh, I knew I was right to trust you. Thank you for finding him. I need to assess his condition right away. Please wait. He's doing better than I expected, actually. Should be back to normal with a good night's sleep. You've been a true friend to my father. My father said it's okay, so you can go ahead and connect us to the chiral network.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Connection confirmed. Seems to be working fine. Thanks for that. I'll have my father take a look at the cargo you brought me a little while back. But knowing him, he might vanish the moment I turn around. People have given him a nickname. The Adventurer. He takes it a bit too far sometimes, but it's not like he would stop if I asked him to. Anyway, as my way of saying thanks for tracking him down, I've shared a schematic for climbing power gloves with you. They can help you climb steep slopes and grab cargo more easily. But don't take my word for it. Try them on for size and you'll see. Yeah, he disappears without warning and comes back with just as little fanfare. And there are times like this where he doesn't come back at all. That's why I have to impose on people like you to go and rescue him. One day you'll understand, he tells me, like that's supposed to make it okay somehow. They strengthen and enhance all movements you perform with your arms when worn. They make climbing steep hills less taxing. Even the simple act of picking up cargo is faster and smoother. You can also use them to draw cargo towards you from a short distance away, so you can grab it. They help you punch harder as well and keep your balance more easily. My father told me that he came up with the whole concept with the help of some people he met on one of his journeys. Said it was based on some stranded cargo or something, I think. I'm afraid I don't know much more than that, but I do know my father absolutely swears by them. Thank you again for bringing him home. Good luck and safe travels.
Much appreciated, Sam. You should get plenty of rest. Frostbite can be serious. We have to make sure you're not showing signs. Another thing, we need to talk about Heartman's situation. Come and see me when you get back to the DHV Magellan.
Order complete. Well done.
Hey, Sam. Long time no see. It's me, your old pal, Dead Man.
Dead Man?
Sorry if I gave you a scare. While Heartman is off conducting his near-death excursions, I am borrowing his body. My soul is normally confined to the beach, but for 3 minutes, I get to be here.
How's that possible?
Because he has my heart.
You're telling me that's...
My parting gift to Heartman, yes. Per his request, I bequeathed it before departing on my one-way trip to the beach. He put so much stress on his own that it had grown quite weak. If and when it failed, mine was meant to serve as insurance. But as you can see, he appears to have become rather attached to my heart. His finger never far from the proverbial on switch. Which is why I've been able to assume control of his body. Come here. It's good to see you, Sam. I told you in Mexico that someone had falsified BB-28's records. But in truth, it was yours truly. My intention was to leave no trace of a second BB-28 or of Lou. I wanted you to be free to live your lives, unburdened by the past. But then, well, everything changed, didn't it? You lost Lou, and needed answers to make sense of it all.
30 seconds remaining.
So, I decided to access the network servers from within the beach. Security isn't as strict over there as it is here, you see.
So that was you?
That's right. I am the one who dug up the information about Lou's past. Your very own Heartman was me all along.
2. Administering shock. Stand clear.
Sam? What's going on? And where are we?
Sam. Poor Heartman here is understandably confused. If you give us a moment alone, I'll explain things to him.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've apprised Heartman of the situation. It's not unlike my own experience. A soul finds itself in a puppet, and then acts as a puppeteer. One's ka can reside in any vessel to which one has a strong attachment. Human ha or inanimate object. It makes no difference.
Sam, it's Charlie. We've received an emergency distress call from the Eastern Environmental Observatory. I urge you to access the Adventurer's delivery terminal and pick up this main order immediately.
It goes without saying, but I was not born into this world with this doll as my ha. Would you like to hear how I came to be in this condition? My darling wife was working as a nurse in an isolation ward. A luckless place which one day found itself in the path of a tar tsunami, a freak occurrence triggered by an ill-timed gatequake. Not a single person survived. No patients, no doctors, no wife. We just have to be careful. Hold on. Access to the site had been restricted, but we weren't about to let that stop us. It was my daughter's idea. She was desperate to see her mother again. Be careful. Go feel one. Okay, hold my hand.
Mommy?
It's me, honey. It's me. In the end, it wasn't even her daughter that she remembered. Before we knew it, we were swallowed by the tar, battered against the rocks, and eventually coughed back up into this world. Wait! Don't go! Down here, please!
Hello, little one. You cold? Let me guess. The car of that poor girl over there?
Oh, my daughter's car is long gone. I'm afraid it's just me now. She died, but for whatever reason, her soul was unable to move on, because it ended up here, in her doll, stuck somehow. My baby girl would have been left here all on her own, so I liberated her, forced her car out with one solid push, and she was free at last. Free to leave this world, and go to where the dead belong. Just as I would have done, had I not gotten stuck myself.
I see. That's quite a story. Believe it or not, I've been looking all over for you, Mr. Spirit Medium.
As you can see, I'm of no use to anyone. I can't go anywhere. I'll be stuck here for the rest of eternity, and that's that.
Want to come work for me instead? Yoha's no good to you now.
Huh. I didn't last long out of the tar. Poor poor old thing turned into a bog body in no time at all. You think you could bury them for me?
They call me fragile. What do they call you? The Tallum Man, maybe? No. Dollman suits you better.
If Fragile hadn't come looking for me, I'd almost certainly still be lying in that dreadful tar bog.
But your soul's trapped in that doll forever?
Perhaps. But if I could break free from this thing, maybe then I can be reunited with my daughter. When that happy day might come, I cannot say.
Thank you, Sam.
It's no trouble at all.
Order accepted.
How about staying rest for a while?
Done and done.
Construction process now complete.
Hell yeah.
Watch your ass out there. I'm not being cheeky. Mad respect, for real. Sam, feel a little lonely? Feels like I'm all alone out here.
safe out there.
Feel that speed!
This particular section of the range is called the Austral Ridge. The weather in this area can change without warning, and total whiteouts are not unheard of. Following the ridge, 11.
Time for this moment, but I always knew you'd come my way. Go ahead and use your Cupid to get me online.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
All right. Connected to the network. Which means I can finally start fixing up this observatory. In case you haven't heard, we've been seeing an increase in chiral density in every region as the network has expanded. More instances of strange phenomena outside network coverage, too. And I've been told this is indicative of plate gate emergence. You know, after being alone all this time, I wasn't sure I'd be able to stay the course. Till you arrived with that life-saving cargo. Should be all set to hold down the fort now. Not exactly a one-man job, but I'll do my team proud. Oh, I've shared schematics for an oxygen mask with you. I'll help you stay active in areas where the air's thin.
Personally, I'd recommend you wear one at all times when you're in my neck of the woods. Tar current fluctuations and whatnot. Mostly in the eastern part of the continent and elevated regions. Going forward, I'll also be paying very close attention to signs of plate gate emergence. Unfortunately, the chiral cloud layer has been gradually descending ever since I got here. Everyone was suffering from exposure, and I'm the only one who stuck around. You're the first friendly face that I've seen in a minute. You know, at high altitudes, on mountains, like this one, for example. And if you climb above the cloud layer, you've got even less oxygen to breathe. Saps your energy even if you're not doing anything strenuous. Over time, you'll cover less distance and be at increased risk of slipping and falling. It's a good idea to wear your oxygen mask to help you stay strong and sharp. Mother Nature won't show you any mercy around these parts. The biting cold and steep slopes will slow you down, or stop your progress altogether. Now would be a good time to make sure that you're fully prepared for the journey ahead. By the way, the Aeronautical Engineer who lives northwest of here just posted a sub-order for you. Seems something at the Ghost Mech factory's got him all hot and bothered. Help him out and he might hook you up with some useful gear. In any case, I hope you'll come visit me here again sometime. I understand it's a lot to ask folks to make the trip on a regular basis. But that's why I'm hoping I can offer you stuff that'll be of use in hazardous conditions like these. Keep on keeping on, man. And thanks again for all your help.
This is the President, Sam. Chiral network coverage has just passed the 75% milestone here in Australia. The next leg of your journey will take you to the southern part of the continent. Once the remaining regions have been integrated into the network, the manifestation of a new plate gate is all but guaranteed. Marshal your strength to overcome the final hurdles and make this continent whole again. We're all counting on you.
Sam, Rainy's not doing so great. It might be more of a mental than a physical issue, but I'm honestly not sure. Do you remember the doctor from the Motherhood? We think she should be able to help ease Rainy's anxieties. It was Tommen's idea. We already reached out, and she said we could come visit anytime. Since the Motherhood's within the Chiron network, we can use the Magellan to travel there. Once you've made it back to the ship, just head to your private room and settle in. You can use the trip to catch up on sleep. But if there's anything you need to take care of before we depart, now would be the time to do so.
Sam, I'm contacting you via a different protocol. This private mode affords me a direct connection to you alone. It seems Drawbridge has reason to suspect that ePeak may have been involved in the production of ghost mechs. This possibility concerned me as well, so I conducted my own investigation and reaffirmed that ePeak's underlying technologies are iterations of an older Bridges framework. What I'm getting at, Sam, is that the guilty party is not ePeak, but Bridges. Which is to say, the UCA may also have some involvement with ghost mech production. This would perhaps explain why firearms and other weapons have become commonplace on the Australian continent. The UCA's precursor, the United States of America, had a prominent gun culture. Though Americans first took up arms to liberate themselves from British colonial rule, they retained the right to bear arms so that they might defend themselves against future government tyranny. ePeak has no such designs, of course, but Higgs has used factories to obtain weapons in an attempt to subjugate the continent through violent action. And so, the people of Australia have, in response, been forced to take up arms in self-defense. A distinctly American philosophy, and one which would appear to have spread to this continent. The more we seek to unite the people with metaphorical ropes, the more essential sticks seem to become. This particular situation is one that I feared might come to pass, which is precisely why I determined that it must not be the UCA, but a civilian organization which takes the lead in expanding chiral infrastructure. But if the UCA is indeed somehow implicated in these events,
it may dramatically alter the calculus. I realize it must be vexing not knowing what to believe, Sam. Should I learn more, I'll contact you at once. For my part, I have a favor to ask. I must insist you not disclose that we've been in direct contact. There's no telling who may be involved with what at this stage.
Order completed. Well done.
Weather couldn't have made it easy, but you made it here safe and sound. Give me a sec to check order data. Look at you, handling all these jobs. Really went above and beyond. I'd like to share this with you. Hopefully you can make good use of it. I've been reviewing materials allocations. Made it so you can withdraw more for fabrication if you like.
Now displaying your current Porter grade.
The stabilizer is a device that can be attached to your backpack. When you lose your balance while carrying cargo in the field, it'll help you to regain control. In areas with uneven terrain where it's easy to slip, it's a very useful piece of gear. Though it's only now made its way here. You probably used one back in the UCA, so I'm guessing there's no need to sell you on it. Requires battery power, though, so keep an eye on your charge level when you're running it. My way of thanking you for everything. Stay safe out there, man.
Order completed. Well done. Order accepted. Thank you.
I'm counting on you, man.
I will always support you. That's the spirit. Please give it your all.
yeah.
Construction process now complete.
yeah.
Let there be water.
So there was an underground spring out here as well, huh? Let's return to Hartman's lab and share the good news.
Oracle Cliff. Formed when a gatequake caused a section of ridge to collapse, this cliff has proven to be a death trap for climbers. Oracle was the name of a type...
Good.
Construction process now complete.
Feel that speed!
Section of the Central Highlands. Pockets of deep snow, coupled with unpredictable weather, means this can be a difficult area to traverse. If your aim is to scale the highest peak, it is recommended that you make your approach via the Austral Ridge.
Be safe out there.
both jaws tolerably colorful.